Welcome to Joyful Movement by Priscilla. Today is all about keeping it simple and going deeper, about going back to the foundational exercises but executing really well. So whether or not you're a beginner, this video is perfect for you. Okay, let's grab a mat and move.
All right, we're going to start sitting up, and we're using those biceps to hold ourselves up high, sitting as if someone's pulling us up from the sky towards them, up. We're using our back extensors. We're trying not to arch our backs. We're making sure our ribs don't flare out. And we inhale. And as we exhale, we C-curve. Now, because this is a beginner's class, I want you to make sure when you C-curve, you're not just pulling back. Okay, we'll get there. But when we say C-curve, your eyes are looking at your knees. So your eyes are above your knees and your shoulders are past your pelvis. So when you C-curve, you're really just rounding your lower back. Your upper body simply responds and moves a little forward. We're lengthening our back and we're lengthening our neck. So the back of our neck. So we're long. We're not hunched over. We're not trying to curve our upper body. We're just curving our lower back. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. We're just practicing the C-curve a couple times more. And inhale. If you're doing this correctly, you'll start feeling your body getting warm. We're really giving that lower back a nice stretch, but we're also really working our lower abdominals. Remember, shoulders are away from your ears. Our head is going diagonally up towards the sky, nice and long, and we inhale. So every part of our body is moving intentionally right now. Our inner thighs are working so our knees don't splay out. Our toes are pressed into the mat. Not just our toes, but the entire foot, each foot, it's grounded into the mat. And inhale and exhale, C-curve. As we C-curve now, you see what I said? We're going to slowly roll down to the mat with our lower backs pressed into the mat. We pause here. So our tailbone is curled up towards the sky right now. I want you to practice so you have your arms to the side parallel to the ground, and you exhale. You use those biceps to bring yourself back up. Just 3 times C-curve, and you sit up straight, and you exhale to that C-curve again, and you slowly roll down. Remember, we don't come down and we don't look up. We keep our gaze forward as we exhale into your C-curve and sit up straight. Last time, we exhale. And if you're not a beginner and you still chose to do this video, I'm proud of you, because we always need to be reminded of our fundamentals, right? All right, so I'm just gonna readjust myself on the mat so you can see me. Yep, you can see me. All right, we start with the pelvic. All right, we start with the pelvic curl. Inhale and exhale. Now, I just took a private with one of my favorite instructors whom I deeply respect, and she was able to correct multiple things in me as I was doing my pelvic curl. And exhale. So goes to show you can always grow. So I'm going to share some stuff that she shared with me. You inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, you imprint your lower back but you make sure that your abdominals right here where your pelvic floor is, it's hollow, it's not bulging out. So it's nice and hollow so that we're, instead of using our glutes, we're using our hamstrings. Thank you, Tram. And we slowly articulate up towards the sky. And I'm sure she'll have lots to say even about this one, which is what I love about her. And you're going to curl that tailbone up towards the sky. Make sure you use those inner thighs. Arms are nice and long, a little bit more higher on our chest. So our mid and upper back are also working. We're not arching our back. It's nice and diagonal, but we're trying to make sure our abdominals are working. We're trying to make sure that we're not not at that diagonal where we're angled. We're trying to lift that pelvis as high as it can be in that angle. And we inhale. And as we articulate, again, we imprint the lower back, but we make sure that lower abdominal is hollow so that we're focusing on our hamstrings, not necessarily our glutes. Our glutes are working once we get up there, but I have a tendency of wanting to use my glutes. And so I have to be really careful. And exhale. So hollow imprint and curve that tailbone up and slowly articulate. Those triceps are working as well. Now come in the glutes. You're sending that tailbone to the backs of your knees. Remember, this is a beginner's class where we're focusing on the fundamentals. And exhale, we articulate down. Takes a lot of focus on my part because I have a habit of wanting to bulge and down to that flat neutral pelvis. Let's do 3 more. I had a temptation there to bulge and up. Make sure those abdominals are active. We're not just letting our abdominals come out. We're sending that tailbone to the backs of our knees and lifting a little higher. And we inhale and exhale. Focuses again the hamstrings. Inhale, exhale. And making sure those knees don't splay out. Make sure they're parallel. And we inhale and exhale. So, value of private sessions. If you have access to private sessions with a quality instructor, I highly recommend it. Inhale and exhale. And up. Making sure we're articulating and not just going straight up in a straight line. And inhale and exhale. Giving myself a tactile cue, telling myself, don't bulge. Inhale, last one, and exhale. We're up here. Now let's focus on those glutes. So you send that tailbone to the backs of your knees. You press those toes down so those hamstrings are activated. Your inner thighs are working so your legs are parallel in that beautiful 11 shape. And lift a little higher. You should really feel it in those glutes now. And pause for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You inhale and exhale. Articulate one vertebrae at a time. And back to your neutral pelvis. Arms open up to a T position. Bring your right leg up to tabletop and your left leg up to tabletop. You start from neutral, but you come towards me, not from the knees. Remember, you lift up here. So your bottom lifts, the angle of your knees stay. It doesn't go in or out. It stays in that 90-degree angle. Your shoulder blades are pressed down, okay? And as you come back to center, you press this rib down and these abdominals down. So you're really working from those obliques towards you. So you inhale, and again, shoulder blades are down, and then you press. You're using that oblique and those abdominals to bring your legs back to center. Couple more, and exhale. Remember, these are small movements. We've talked about this multiple times, but we often need multiple reminders, aka me. And inhale, we as in me is what I meant. And exhale, and inhale, and exhale. So you're working, and inhale, and bringing that in. Last one, inhale, and exhale. Bring your right leg down, light as a feather, left leg down, arms to the side, press down, open that chest. Your right foot is in plantar flexion, so it points. Make sure that in your laying down position, you're in that neutral pelvis, but also those ribs are towards each other and down towards your pelvis. So your upper and middle back are imprinted into the mat. And you inhale and exhale. That was wrong. Inhale and exhale. So you're working from this joint, this hip joint. Your knees stay in that angle, and 4 and 5 and and switch. You switch as light as a feather, and you inhale and exhale. And 2. Don't rush through this, even though this is, old news to you. You've done this before. Great. And then get deeper. Go deeper into those fundamentals, into those deeper with those cues. Okay, cue yourself. Like, okay, where is my pelvis? Where are those ribs? Even just focusing on those little things and making sure you go deeper in that, deeper in the correction. You're gonna feel it. Now, you notice our right foot is in a pointed position, plantar flexion, left leg at tabletop, and you switch. Making sure this part of my body is still. Just this part of my body is moving. My knees don't move. So almost imagine reaching a little further than you would think, so that those knees don't, so you're not working from those knee flexors, you're working from the hip joint. And and 3 more sets, and 3 and 2 and 1. Great. Bring that other leg to tabletop. Arms up above our head, palms facing up towards the sky. Remember, our ribs are really working right now. So some of us, our shoulders may not allow our arms to touch the ground, and that's okay. If you can, More power to you. Inhale and exhale. When you chest lift up, you're imprinting that lower back into the ground. You're looking between those legs, and I'm checking my tabletop. Ooh, it was a little high. And inhale, come up a little higher and down. And exhale, chest lift up. And inhale and down. 3 more. And exhale and inhale and down. And exhale and inhale and down. And exhale and inhale and down. Good job. Okay, this is beginners, so we're going to give our abdominals a little bit of a break. We're going to inhale, go into that pelvic curl, and exhale, you're going to roll up without the help of those arms. And inhale and exhale. Some of you are like, thank you. Some of you are like, let's get to it. But remember, don't rush through any of these exercises. And go back to tabletop. Arms up above your head to the hundreds. Now, if your abdominals allow you to, I want you, when you exhale up, to go into that 60-degree position. My abdominals do not allow me to, so I will be going to the 90-degree position. Okay, whichever one suits you today. And inhale and exhale. You pause. And inhale and go. Chest is a little higher. Keep your gaze between those legs. Shoulders away from the ears. Use that exhale to bring the chest a little higher. 2 more sets in. 1 more set. And tabletop, come a little higher. And down. Let's do 1 more pelvic curl. You can never do too many pelvic curls. Inhale and exhale. And articulate. And as you exhale, your arms come down with you. And down. Good job. Lengthen the left leg. Round it into the mat. It's pointed. The foot is pointed. So point from your ankles, not from your toes. Your toes can relax if they need to, but from your ankles. You're in that neutral pelvis position. Arms are nice and long. Right leg up to tabletop. And all the way if you can, bend if you need to. Okay, and you flex. You circle and create a nice D shape inwards. So you drop and lift. Okay, drop and lift. Now, what's important? You have a glass of orange juice on your pelvis. Do not spill any orange juice when you do this. So you inhale long and you exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale, keeping that pelvis still. So really grounding that other leg and using those arms and using your abdominals. 2 more sets. And 1 more set. Other way around, so outwards. We go inhale. So we're taking turns with the breath with each circle. Imagine this leg It is. It really is in real life, as my kids would say, in real life, in a socket. Okay, and this leg is just moving on its own. This is not moving with it. This is moving on its own. It's just moving like this. Sometimes you talk like your kid and you don't even realize it. For real life. And it's what my youngest likes to say, for real life. Arms down, legs nice and long. Check that pelvis. This is a good time to readjust. And left leg to tabletop and up and flex inwards. And 3 more sets, because I believe we've been doing 6 each. I apologize. I am not very good at counting. I get distracted. And hold. Another way around. We're strengthening those hips. Part of our body that often gets neglected, right? And tabletop, down, and together. And to our roll up. So arms up above our head, palms facing each other. Again, readjust. Okay, I'm not just chilling. Okay, I got my ribs towards each other, my upper mid back are imprinted, and I'm in that neutral pelvis position. I'm using those inner thighs because those will be my best friend right now for this exercise. And I inhale, I imprint my lower back, and exhale, I squeeze those legs and I press those shoulders down. I come up into what we did earlier, the C curve, and we inhale and exhale. And if you need to bend your knees for that C curve, that's fine. But when you come back doing the roll up, make sure those inner thighs are working. You come down, so you see it's an articulation. Your tailbone is curled up, your pelvis is curled up towards the sky, arms are parallel to the ground, and you come down. And inhale. Sometimes, I think every time, fundamental is actually the hardest. Basics are the hardest. Inhale and exhale. Sometimes it's easier to do the fancy moves, but you can't cheat with the fundamentals. It's too simple. And exhale. So if you are not a beginner, and you're doing this again, I applaud you. Because at times we want to do the fancy things and we forget the value of the simple things. And remember that imprinting of that lower back and squeezing those legs. Oh, my shoulders just got adjusted. Inhale and exhale down. Articulating, making every moment count, and down. And let's do one more to roll up. You inhale and exhale into that C curve. All right, let's do spine stretch. So legs are mat width apart. They're flexed, but you're not using those quads. Those heels are pressed into the mat. You're sitting up straight. So if you need to bend your knees to sit up taller so that you're using those back extensors, I prefer you do that. I don't want this and this. I'd rather you do this and sit up tall, okay? Today's a good day, so my legs are straight. Okay, palms facing each other. They're parallel, so not up or down. Parallel. We're sitting up tall. I'm pressing my abdominals down. We inhale. All you do is you peel off an imaginary wall. Imagine tape, peeling tape off. And you lean forward for a nice hamstring stretch. Don't let go of this. And don't round your upper back too much. Actually, try not to try and flatten the back as much as you can. And then you round your lower back and you put that tape back on, but you put it on one piece at a time. Inhale. So peel off. And reaching forward and putting that tape back on one at a time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And peel off. So this is spinal articulation. This is for spine health. Let's do one more. And exhale. Another part of our body that's often neglected in our workouts. And exhale. Okay, so we're going to do rolling like a ball. Remember, this exercise is not about momentum. It's about finding your center of gravity. It's also using those abdominals. Starting position. Remember that lower back is rounded. Your upper back shoulders are away from your ears. Upper back simply responds. Use those biceps to pull those heels in even deeper so you're a nice tight ball of energy right now. And you inhale down just to those shoulder blades and up. Don't go all the way down to your neck, okay? Keep that gaze between your knees. Inhale. Even when you come down, that'll help you come up. If you look up when you come down, it makes it much harder to get up. So keep that gaze between the knees. And you inhale down. And you exhale up. And you inhale down. Exhale up. And you inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. And exhale up. Good job. All right. Let's come. We're not doing teaser prep today, but let's come in that position. So you open up. Your legs are on tabletop. You open up your chest. You're using those biceps to pull up even higher. You're using those lower back extensors. Hold. Beautiful. And you round your lower back and you slowly roll down. Don't plop down. Don't plop down. Good job. Okay. Again, I'm going to adjust myself. We're going to do our side lift. So you're going to have your hand rest here. Your head is resting heavy on that right arm. And you lift that oblique off the mat. So I don't want you resting your oblique there. You lift it off the mat and your legs hover above the mat. Now, I see a lot of this when we go up, okay? I want you to keep those heels together, okay? And inhale and exhale. As you exhale up, you press your oblique down to the mat. Good. So go deeper. If you've done this multiple, like millions of times, go even deeper. And inhale, lift. And exhale, deep. And lift. And exhale, deep. And lift. Or down. Sorry. Exhale. And down. And 5, 4. Take advantage of the simplicity. Focus on every muscle, especially those obliques. Keeping those heels together. And one more. And you hold and you go a little bit deeper. A little deeper, so lift a little higher. Press that oblique down a little more. Inner thighs are working too, huh? And down. I felt that. And all you do is you swing those legs around to the other side so that you stay facing me. And position yourself for the other side. Again, lifting that oblique for your starting position is crucial. Legs hovering above the mat. Try not to lift those shoulders too high, okay? And exhale. Press deep. And feel it. Feel it working here as you press down here. Good. And 3. And 7. And 8. And 9. And hold. Go deeper. I feel it. It's hard. Go deeper. Squeezing those legs together and up, 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 and down. Good job. Last exercise, go on your tummies. Back extension again. Basic, simple, hard. Arms to the side. Do not hold on to your legs or your bottom for dear life, please. Arms go to the side and the fingertips reach for the other end of the room. You're looking down. Start from the crown of your head. Okay, but don't lift that chin. Start from the crown of your head. Articulate. 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 Your ribs are down deep into the mat. Your chest is high. Your arms are still floating, so you're working those triceps. Legs are long. Lift a little bit higher. And as you exhale down, you start from your back to your neck to your head. 4 more. And inhale. Head, neck, shoulders, and upper back. And lift a little higher, arms reaching, reaching, fingers reaching. Mine are burning too. And exhale, down, down. Remember, you're articulating. You don't come down in one line. You articulate. Imagine each vertebrae waiting for its turn. It's like a little domino effect. Legs nice and long. Lift a little higher. And exhale down. As you come down, curl that tailbone in. Protect that lower back. 2 more. Inhale. And come up a little higher. Shoulder girdles down. Ribs pressed into the mat. And exhale down. Down. Okay, this last one, really focus on the articulation. So head, neck, shoulders, and upper back. Higher. And start curling the tailbone. Start from the back, shoulders, and head. Forearms bent to the side. Round your lower back and come into that rest position. And truly rest for some hard work that you just did. Breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, I want you to roll up using those lower abdominals as well as rounding right below your chest, right below your sternum. Round and come up. Just breathe. Good job. Thank you for joining me today. I am honored that you chose this video to work out with me. Let me know if you like this video in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe so that you're notified when a new video is uploaded. Have a great day. Bye. If you love that session and you want to learn more, you want to go deeper into Pilates, and you happen to be in the North Orange County area in Southern California, then make sure to either leave a comment below or you can DM me through Instagram and book a private session. I would be honored to be your instructor. Hope to see you soon. Bye.